Before we get going, guys, right? I do have a little bit of the runny nose. It's very cold here in Houston. We're not very cold, it's about 30 to 40 here. We're definitely not used to it. So if I do sniffle and pause, I do apologize for that. Also follow me on Twitter at 713HSP. Starting to get back into the Twitter game, guys. This was a crazy game. A very disappointing game in a very game that says a lot about this team and just reveals, what we should do in the future. It started today with the benching of Justin Reed for disciplinary reasons. Now I don't know what they got, what they got into it about. I do know that David Culley and Justin Reed did exchange words. I don't know how heated they both got. Apparently, to Justin Reed, he thought it was something minor, only to find out the next day that he has been benched. Justin Reed was obviously missed there today. Was one of the reasons why the defense in the second half, just couldn't really, get the key stops when they needed to. However, why the Houston Texans lost this game was because this offense completely, absolutely fell apart. For the first part, it was all systems go, right? David Johnson was having a good game. Rex Burkhead was having a good game. Tyrod Taylor was getting involved, also. We were getting Nico Collins involved for the first down, finding Brandon Cooks. We did connect it for that 50-yard, absolute dime from Tyrod Taylor. And then the crazy Brevin Jordan tight end. And that was pretty much it. And at the half, you're 14-3. The defense is pretty much shutting down Zach Wilson, who looked absolutely awful in the first half. And you're going in thinking, well, the Houston Texans, they're about to be 3-8. They have the Indianapolis Colts next week. Then they have the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a lot of fans were excited to see the Houston Texans finally winning. And it goes back to, I think, why the Houston Texans lost this game was not only because of the offense, but because of the coaching as well. Towards the end of the half, the Houston Texans got the ball back and were in a position to, get field position, have a little more sense of urgency down there if they wanted to. They could have scored if they wanted to. That's what I'm trying to say. And they didn't. And almost around, the 50-yard line at 30 and run, they run a draw play. It get absolutely blown up. You miss an opportunity right there to put yourself in a position to tack on 3 points. And it's halftime. Like I said, everyone's thinking the Houston Texans are going to win this game. Maybe they might be going on a roll, and that absolutely did not happen. The second half of the football game was absolutely flipped. The Houston Texans offense was absolutely shut down. I was listening to Sports Radio 610, and it said that in the past two games, in the past 100 plays in the second half, the Houston Texans have only managed 50 yards. Almost 2 yards of play the Houston Texans are gaining on offense in the second half of the season. It's coaching issue. I know all these players, we don't have Deshaun Watson, we don't have DeAndre Hopkins, we don't have Laramie Tunsil out there. But at some point, the players are at fault, but most importantly, the coaching as well. No adjustments were made for the Houston Texans offense, or really the Houston Texans defense, because they thought at 14-3, they're just going to absolutely run away with it. Now, the New York Jets had the other idea. They made the adjustments. At the beginning, Zach Wilson, he tried to rifle the ball in, and 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, and what did they do? They started throwing the ball downfield more. The run game took absolutely control. Tevin Coleman was absolutely towards the end of the game. Looked like every time he got the ball was running for a first down. It was an absolute shift. The offense went punt, 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 miss field goal, punt, punt. The Houston Texans just couldn't get anything going on offense, which led to, Zach Wilson and, the New York Jets having 18 unanswered points and eventually winning the game, taking themselves out of the running for the second overall pick, giving it to the Houston Texans. And this is where we are. And at this point in the season, I have to say it again, you're 2-9. David Culley once again tried to show that he could win with Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor showed again, once again had an opportunity to show that he could beat a team like the New York Jets. Single-handedly beat them because after the dominance win last week, we thought that we were going to go in, completely handle business, and then we'll see, what happens against the New York Jets. I said in the video, this is the only time where I could completely say the Houston Texans might win a football game, and they absolutely came back and beat me in the butt. Now there could be so much stuff talked about after this game. What's going to happen with Tyrod? What's going to happen with Davis Mills? What's going to happen with David Culley? But as of right now, the game, the Houston Texans, they lost 21-14. They absolutely get shut out in the second half. A poor coaching performance by David Culley. Let me know what you guys think, because it's going to be a fun topic these next couple of days. As always, go Texans. We're 2-9, guys. You guys have a blessed day.